I give thanks. I give thanks. Grand Rising, afternoon, morning, evening, wherever this is finding you in the world. I got one word, and I got it, acknowledged it in my meditation this morning. And Spirit gave it to me again. And so I had to look it up. Well, I didn't have to look it up, but Spirit told me to look it up because it's deeper than what people think it is. And the word is sustainability. So I looked up the etymology. Yeah, we're going to say that. I looked up the etymology of the word. And to sustain, it means in 1845 it meant defensible, capable of being upheld. And by 1965 it meant capable of being continued or maintained at a certain level. I looked up ability. It says state or condition of being able, the capacity to do or act. And in the 1580s, it meant one's talents or mental endowments. Then I was led to look up able, which means having sufficient power or means. When you look at it that way, and you really think about what it means you're capable of being continued or maintained at a certain level by the capacity to do or act. Capacity means the ability to hold. I looked that up too. So the ability to hold something and to do or act on what you're holding on to. What are you sustaining? Everything moves by what you're sustaining. What are you continuing to do? And how are you acting in what you're in what you're doing? And for example, and this is what Spirit has given me, if you're just working, I don't know anybody working a straight 9 to 5, but you get the idea. If you're working a 9 to 5, going paycheck to paycheck, and you're cool with that, you're sustaining that life, because you're cool with it. You don't have any problems. You're content. You're happy in that. You're going to sustain a certain level of happiness. You're not going to go above. You're not going to go below. Right? If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're not content, you're not happy, you're sustaining that bit of unhappiness, you're not going to be happy with your 9 to 5. I hope that makes sense. That's how Spirit has given it to me. Because you're sustaining thoughts. You're holding on to thoughts that are making you hold on to actions. And it therefore is maintaining the life that you are at. Okay. All right, Spirit. All right. Okay. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. I hope y'all didn't hear that. My tummy just grumbled. It's time for breakfast after this. Got some fruit ready. I'm ready. But anyway, what you sustain in your thoughts, what you're holding on to in your thoughts, holding on to is what you're going to create in the environment around you. And the environment around you, and the environment around you is going to be where you're at. If someone were to tell you, like an example I can give, if you live in a negative community, like a negative apartment complex, right? Everyone you come across and you talk to is negative. No matter what reasons why you moved there, you moved there temporarily, you moved there to upgrade, you moved there because you had to downgrade. Doesn't matter why you moved there, right? You moved here, just everyone you talk to is negative. The energy is just negative. Just whenever you even walk to go check the mailbox, it's negative. When you're walking from the parking lot to your door, it's negative. When you take out the trash, it's just a negative vibe. When you pay your rent, whether you do it online or whether you do it in the office, it's just a negative vibe, negative feeling. And if on top of that, you're telling yourself negative things or you're holding on to a negative mindset and you're not doing anything to combat that, what you're going to do is sustain that environment you're in for yourself. The next place you move to is going to be just like the place that you're at, because now, whether you move there as an upgrade or a downgrade, like I said, it doesn't matter. Now, that negative energy and vibe and what you're telling yourself, just telling yourself negativity, that's where you're going to be in the next time you move. The people who you hang around are going to be that kind of vibe. You're going to change. If you were positive and upbeat, and if you're not telling yourself positive and upbeat things every day, that it's going to wear on you. And what you tell yourself and your environment is going to keep you there. Now, if you move to the same place, negativity all around. Let's say you tell yourself negative things, but most of the time you're telling yourself positive things. You've written positive things down. Every day you tell yourself positive things, whether you believe it or not, but you're telling yourself you're going to be better than where you are, and you're doing things literally to get yourself better than where you are. You're still being choosy about who you hang around with. You smile when you go out at people who don't smile at you. You know what I'm saying? You have an air of, it may not be 100% positive, but it's a lot more positive than the energy that you're in, because you're working on yourself. You're telling yourself positive things most of the time. Then what you're doing is you're sustaining this growth. The next time you move, it's going to be into a better atmosphere and area to sustain this negative but mostly positive energy. I'm hoping this is making sense, because this is how Spirit is giving. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care if this makes sense, because this is how Spirit is giving it to me. So this is what Spirit says I'm supposed to do, so this is what I'm doing. Like, where you move is a better place than where you were at, but you can be better, but you're still working on yourself. It's growth. You're sustaining the environment you're in plus the words you're telling yourself. A baby never goes from womb to running. I promise you. I promise you a baby never goes from womb to running. I 100% promise you that has never happened. Not once. So there's no way that you can just change everything automatically overnight in your environment and in your mind. And think that that's just going to be the next thing you sustain. I say that meaning most people, not everyone, but most people who go from living in a negative place, and then all of a sudden they come into some money, or they get introduced and spend most of their time at a place that's 100% different than where they were at. But they don't change their mindset. What they're going to do is not appreciate the place where they are at, but they know that they're better than the negative place that they're currently at. So they were at, so they'll find a happy medium. If you don't change your mindset, there's no appreciation for things that are coming your way. You have to be willing to change your mindset. When you say you want more, you have to be willing to do more within yourself, because you can get money and want more, but let's be real, money is low-hanging fruit. Everybody can get money. A trash can gets money. Let's just be real. Everybody can get money. No matter how you do it, whether you say you can't or you can. Again, whether you say you can't or you can, it's true. But everybody can get money. It's low-hanging fruit. But if you don't have in your mindset that you're going to be doing something more with it, something positive with it, something uplifting with it, then this money isn't, it's going to mean everything to you, and it's not really going to be worth shit. Because you haven't changed your mindset. Okay. See now? Okay, Spirit. See, this is all making sense now. Okay. I live in Las Vegas right now. I live in Las Vegas. I've been here since 2014. It's literally been 10 years and a couple months. I'm from a little town in North Carolina. I mean, a little town. I mean, when I left, I'm pretty sure there was only one taxi, maybe. There wasn't Lyft or Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I walked from where I lived on, a two-way road with no sidewalks to get to work. And it sounds like, damn, you in the 50s? No, like I said, I've only been in Vegas 10 years. So this was like 2012. Okay. I had no money. No money. Zero. All right. Like, I was staying with my brother. We were living together in the house that our mom had gotten from Habitat for Humanity. If you know what that is, you know what that is. If you don't, just look it up. And she had died, so we had the house. So Like there's not, if you don't know nobody with the car, you don't have gas money, you're basically not getting any. It was the sticks. I call it the sticks. It is what it is. And I was like, I'm gonna be stuck here. I'm gonna be stuck here. And it was just, I sustained that mind frame. So I sustained that life, right? When you sustain a mind frame, you don't think about all the resources that are available to you. You have to make a certain decision within yourself to change your mind frame. That way, what you're sustaining starts to ripple out and change what's around you. You sustain a positive thought. You sustain a resolve that you're going to be more and do more than where you're at. And you work towards that. That's when things start happening. I have family that, live in Maryland. I changed my mindset. I changed my mindset that I can't live in these sticks. I can't do this. And then it was just, I can't buy anything. I can't do anything. I can't live my life living in these sticks, walking like this. This is crazy. This is crazy as hell. Because, when I say it was two streets in the shoulder of the road and the grass and the forest. Like I lived in the sticks. I lived in the sticks, y'all. I changed my mind, right? And an opportunity became available for me to stay with my cousin, that's my brother right there. When I got there, I kept changing my mindset, wanting more than where I was at. I was appreciating where I was at in Maryland with my cousin because it was better than where I was at with my brother, right? So, and that was more, it was negative with my brother. Changed my mindset and it changed my environment. My environment changed with my cousin, a lot more positivity. You know what I'm saying? Just totally different. I was still working but of course, public transportation if, Maryland, PG County, But I kept changing my mindset because I didn't want to do that either. I didn't want to keep living with this man's got a family. I can't do that. I need to sustain myself, be capable and accountable to myself, be able to maintain myself, be able to act for myself. Opportunities will come available to you. Spirit will make opportunities available to you. The universe will make opportunities available to you that you may not see coming, but are ways for you. How do you want me to put this, Spirit? Opportunities are going to become available to you that are only available in a short window of time. Nothing in your life happens by circumstance or coincidence or by chance. Just it doesn't happen that way. the sustainability of the environment I was in Maryland, and me sustaining a growth in my mental, like I'm going to get out of this because I want more. I know there's more. I'm better than this. Opened up window when I say it was a cracked window that opened. And you better believe that I crawled through that motherfucker. Okay? I moved to Vegas. I moved to Vegas in June 2014 with the clothes on my back, a book bag, and a duffel bag. And I don't mean one of them big sports book bags on one of them big ass, no. It was a regular size book bag. And just like a regular gym duffel bag. It wasn't big at all. I moved to Vegas with that. Okay? I slept on the floor of someone else's house. This is sustainability. Sustainability and growth. I went from there to a weekly, because I found out there's weeklies in Vegas. It was a plus. Something different than where I was at. A resource I didn't have available that I didn't even know was available till I needed it. And then I got an apartment. I slept on the floor for the apartment. And long and short, I'm not sleeping on the floor in an apartment in a bad neighborhood anymore. Okay? Not saying I'm in a house on the hill, but I'm definitely not where I was at. I didn't let the environment that I was in change me, because even though I was having negative thoughts, I started to let the positive thoughts change me so I could change my environment, so I could see the resources that are available to me. Because when you sustain a negative thought and you think that that's all that there is, your eyes are closed. Your eyes are closed. The ones you see, the ones everyone's seeing, the one you can't see, they are closed to what's around you, to the resources available to you, to those who want to help you. What are you sustaining? If you're sustaining that negative vibe, that negative energy, that's what you're going to bring. That's what you're going to have. You're going to go from being in a great positive space. If all you're doing is negative all the time, you're going to go down to a negative place. I mean, it just is what it is. Growth is something you can sustain, because that's something that's capable of being continued or maintained at a certain level. Because growth is a moving level. Okay? Understand that. When you sustain growth, you're sustaining the fact that you're moving up levels. Remember, your capacity is the ability to hold. you're capable of holding on to that growth. Because inside that growth, because I've said it before, there's levels and levels and levels. So when you hold on to that growth, you're holding on to those different levels. You're holding on to wanting something more for yourself. And why wouldn't you want that, right? Because isn't that the point? If you want to be more, you have to do more. And it's not all just in your thoughts, it's in your actions too. A lot of people act on, well, what's in their mind, or I just felt like it. When you sustain certain feelings, your actions move and such. And what you tell yourself can change your feelings. Again, whether you believe it or not. My beautiful queens and sisters, if you get up every day and you look in the mirror and you say, I am a goddess, I'm a queen, I am beautiful, I am everything. Whether you believe it or not, I promise you, if you tell yourself that every day, you will believe it. Sustainability. That's growth. And that's just an example. Because, as a woman, I can give a lot more examples as a woman. But as a man, if you don't feel like you're able to provide or you're doing enough or whatever, my handsome kings, my handsome brothers, you get up, you tell yourself, I am a king, I am a provider, I am a God. Whether you believe it or not, you tell yourself that every day. I promise you're going to move with a lot more confidence, and it's not only going to show in your walk, it's going to show in your actions, because you're going to be a lot more confident in what you want, and you're going to start manifesting that for yourself. You understand? That's just how it works. Everything all comes pieced together, but there's levels. Again, a baby don't come out the womb just, popped out and I'm running now. I popped out the womb and I'm already at the door of the hospital. Let's go. No, that it does not work that way. There's levels to this. And in the levels are the levels. It takes time. Remember, time means nothing in the spirit world. I mean, I'm just going to call it what it is. Time means nothing in the spirit world. But what you tell yourself means something. Because that's what you're drawing to you. Your energy is what you're drawing to you, or what you're repelling from you. Your words do the same way. How you feel about yourself is the same way. If you're sustaining negative thoughts, negative actions, negative ideas, you keep a negative environment around you, you keep negative people around you, don't be mad when people say, damn, why you look like that? Why you look like you mean mugging? I mean, what's wrong with your attitude? And you think nothing's wrong with your attitude. Have you thought about what you're sustaining? All right. Spirit says I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Yep. I'm done. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you listening. It means a lot to me. And I hope somewhere in these words, something means something to you. Peace.